All right, so let's go over the settings after you set up your AI bot. Um, this is really used just in case you want to add some additional things to it, train it a little bit more. It's kind of oh, and also edit it as well too. So let's say if you want to name it something else, we'll go through everything and show you how you can set this back up or just make some edit or some changes. All right, so let's go to, we can actually go to AI agents. We can go to conversation AI, and this is for your AI bot. So let's say we created a bot, we want to make some changes to it. We would just click on the one that's in question, and then it brings up this page for you. Okay, so it's a lot of information on this page. So we'll go through each of them one by one. For your bot settings, we have our bot details. You can change your bot's name again if you want to, update that. Your bot status so if you want to turn it off, you can come in here, turn it off. If you want to have some suggestive prompts inside of the chat window where it'll give you some suggestions to respond back or reply back with, and you just click on that option. Or if you want to change it to autopilot, that just lets the bot just reply based off of any of the information or data that you gave it about your company. Okay. The supported communication channels, if you want to turn some things off or add some, you can do that here. So if you want to turn off WhatsApp, you can do that. The live chat is one that shows up on your website. The chat widget is kind of like the live chat, but except for it should show up as kind of like a button and be used to send messages or start the messaging process between Instagram and Facebook. So you can turn text messages off as well too. If you need to re-add it, you just click on the drop down here, and then you just click on the one that you want to re-add. All right, we have our bot trial if as well too. So that's just what's going on currently right now for the special. If you want to go ahead and start that trial, that special it's 2025, so it's a summer series. So it starts, I believe it was probably June 1st. It might have been, but I do know that it ends September 1st, 2025. All right. And then we have our advanced settings where we have the autopilot mode, where we have our wait time before responding. So if you want to change it to 2 seconds, it'll wait 2 seconds, then respond. You can also change this to minutes as well too. Our maximum messages a bot can send in a conversation. This actually helps control how much you're actually spending. If you're on an unlimited plan, then you don't have to worry about this. But if you don't want the bot to just keep trying to hold a conversation, you can set a limit to it. You can change it to whatever number that you actually want to. The default is 25. If you want to send the bot to sleep, when it goes into a workflow, if you have a workflow set up and then you have your bot responding because of a workflow or a trigger, then you can either have the bot go to sleep, where it will actually turn off when it goes to the workflow, or if you end up responding manually. So if you end up intervening, then you can just click on this right here to turn the bot off. Right here is the current plan. So it's 2 cents per response. All right, bot training. Let's see. Okay, we'll hit save. So for the bot training is where if you already have your knowledge base set up, you can select that here. You can select up to 7, or you can create a new one. So this is the information that it pulled from the knowledge base. This is where your web crawler is. If you want to update that, you can click on that, and it'll bring you to another page, or the page where the knowledge base was entered in before, and then you can add in your extra links, and then your FAQs as well too. That's how you would edit that. Just click on it. It'll populate another page for you, where your knowledge base was located. Then we have our brand voice. Our brand voice is what you will set up beforehand. That's where you inserted like if you hit create new on this page, or if you have created this in the brand voice section in the settings of your account. This is where you put in your company name, the email address, the tone. You inserted like your audience's pain points, and I can actually show you what this looks like. Okay, so here's the brand voice if you wanted to. If you clicked on the add additional, where you had your target audience, this is where you entered in all this other stuff. So if you didn't do this before, this is what this section looks like, and this is where you would enter in this information. But you should have actually already set this up when you created your bot. So let's close this. All right, bot goals. Bot goals is where you have your information collection, where the bot will ask for these specific items here. So a name, email, phone number, street address, and city. You can select which one that you want to actually have the bot ask. And then here are your custom questions if you want to. Again, this is just the settings where you can update it and make changes to your bot, because you should have already set this up before. So this is where you can make changes if you have made a mistake or you want to make some updates. So you should have already had some questions in here. If you want to update the questions, you can do that here. Here's our skip. If already filled, you can turn that on or off. The appointment booking, you can turn that on or off. Your select calendar, you can also change the calendar here. And then your trigger, you can add your trigger workflows or change it or turn it off. If you want to uncheck or check the don't book appointment, where it selects when this, if selected, this will stop the bot from booking the appointment and directly send the booking link to the contact, or turn on or off the pause bot after responding after a booking, or you can turn on and off the transfer employee post appointment booking, which is where it transfers it to a specific employee once the appointment booking has been booked successfully. For the toggles here, we can turn them on and off for allowing the bot to be able to cancel or reschedule appointments. And then our email notifications. If you put in like a wrong email address, you can change that here. If you want to add another user, you can add them here. If you want to send it to all users or all admins, or if you want to check all 5 boxes, you can update that here. All right, so our additional instructions. For our additional instructions, you can, if you want to change your greeting, you can change that here. If you want to add one, if you didn't do before, you can do that here. Our conversation guidelines. For the conversation guidelines, you can update that information here. This helps the bot be able to know how to respond to questions. This is just another way to be able to train the bot. You can update the information here. Most of this stuff, if you don't know how to set up the guidelines, if you don't know how to do the bot training, I would suggest going through ChatGPT. Or if I go back to bot training, you can click here for a step-by-step guide as well too, to help you understand how to create your training. Okay, so the last one is the dashboard. So here's the dashboard where it'll show you the specific time period that you want to look at, or a specific date. And then you can click on the channels that you had added from the bot settings section. If you want to do all at the same time, you can do that. Or if you want to click on a specific one, you can do that as well too. So this will show you the total unique contacts, so it shouldn't be any duplicate contacts in there. The total actions triggered, your total appointment booked, and your time that you saved. It'll break this down as well too for the total unique contacts. If you click on that, once you click on each one, it'll break it down a little bit more. So our total unique contacts, it'll show you the total messages and then the average messages per contact. Our total actions triggered. It'll show you the actions that were actually triggered, and then the appointment link shared, workflows triggered. It'll show you the amounts here, canceled, appointments rescheduled, transfer bot, so when it was transferred to another bot or it was transferred to a human for a human handover, and when the bot stopped. And then we have our total appointment booked. This is just for the appointments booked. And then we have our time saved here. That shows up with the amount of time that's saved. All right, so that's how you go through the actual settings for the bot, so you can make your updates or changes at any point after you've already created your bot.